while I'm putting sun cream on, Benno has absolutely nailed something. What do you reckon you got there, Benny?
Oh, I don't know.
It's taking a good run, mate. Could be a good fish. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! What did we feel? What did I say about bait too? Did I say that bait was going to be the winner? Heavier gear, I think, mate. There are some big fish in the water. We've just seen a couple of big chasers. I'm assuming there's some sambos and kingies running around in there. So let's get the heavier gear going, man.
Time to get the big rod.
Bloody hell. All right, let's get into them. Not a big fish. Oh, he's done me. He's done me. I got done by a small fish that time, boys. I'm losing the cred here. Oh, that's a good feeling when you're an hour into the trip and fish like that are hitting. Just gonna get him out of that reef. We're in such shallow water. Get out of it. Set up. That is a really good fish, boys. Up off the bottom, come on. Bugger. And we're on anchor, so we have no chance of chasing this thing. I'm in trouble here, boys. Nah, gone. Ah! Oh, we are getting dusted everywhere. These fish are huge. I think we better get off the anchor, Ben. We might have to chase some fish today. Benno. Good job, mate. What do you reckon? We'll let him swim for another day or what?
Yeah.
Don't get too hard on me, man. Well, Shawnee B, this could be it, mate.
I'm wondering whether
I'm not going to put you off here, but let's get him up.
Yeah.
What was that on? Was that on Placky?
No, that was on a rigid plug. I can feel it rubbing.
No, don't get out of there. Good one, mate. Just stay positive. Keep him up. We'll get this fish out of there. Come on.
It's definitely rubbing.
Bugger. Come out of there. Come out of there. This is our worst nightmare. You know, we've got shallow reef, big fish. We just can't get them out of these rocks. Come on, mate. Please get out of there. Go on, mate. He's tired. Yes, get him up. Get him up.
Still on the bottom. Contemplating a free spool. What do you reckon?
Ah! It's been the story of the morning, mate. Ah!
Oh, that sucks.
They're big fish. See, this is the problem,
that really
mate.
sucks.
We're not even 7 meters of water and hooking 15 to 20 kilo fish, man.
Oh, man.
We'll get one out. If nothing, we'll get one out.
That's devastating. Oh, well, you were just going to go back to bait, weren't you, mate?
I still am.
After all the air course.
I still am. That's alright, it's got a head shake. Am I hearing drag pull out of that?
Yeah, sorry, hang on.
Good man.
It's not that shit.
Well, it's got a bit of a kick, Shawnee, so I'm a little bit confident that you've got a decent fish on there, mate. Get out from under the boat.
I reckon it might be a little sambo. It looks.
What do we got there, Sean?
Little sambo, mate.
Little sambo. Nice work, mate. Get him up and have a look at him. Don't spook him too much. Slide him around, mate. And very nice, buddy.
Whoa.
Well, I gotta say, mate, that's probably about a third of the size of, well, at least a third of the size of what we were hooking before, but a bit of action nonetheless.
Absolutely, mate. I was all set for those 20 kilo models that kept messing you guys up, but this will do. Absolutely.
Gotta say, you've got the skill at the moment, mate, because you're the only one that's landed one. Let's get him up. Hold your fish, bud. What a great looking fish, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And a good, cool fight. No matter what the size of them are, they seem to go all the way to the net too, don't they?
Absolutely. Really good fish.
So the gear for today, we're going to be using medium heavy rather than just stupidly heavy gear. We are targeting very big fish, but unfortunately if we use very heavy gear, leaders, etc., it's going to spook the fish before they even get a chance to get the bait. So the Stella 6000 seems to have enough grunt to handle most big fish. And today I'm actually using a U-Pro Yachtmaster rod, which is PE 2 to 3 rated. We're running 47-pound jigging braid. Now the reason for such heavy line is reefy country, shallow water. We need to make sure that we've got a bit of stopping power on that fish. And that's running to a 60-pound fluorocarbon leader, which again, very high abrasion resistance, to a swivel. And that's going to run down to our floating double snell setup. When baiting a whole pilchard, it's very important that you get the hooks evenly spaced apart and in the right position. If they're not, when that's sitting in the current, all it's going to do is twist and spin rather than swim like a fish should. So after we've positioned the pilchard, we know exactly where the hooks need to be. Insert the tail hook, which in my opinion should be the first third of the fish. The reason for that is the strike zone, most fish will hit the belly, and you want to make sure that that hook is the first thing that hits the fish's mouth. The top hook to pin the mouth shut. So through the top, out the bottom jaw. And that should swim very nicely in the water. So the bite time's starting to begin. We're seeing fish now come to the surface. The birds are dive bombing in the water. If we can get a close up on the top of the water over that reef, the problem being, unless we can get those fish to bite what we're casting, it's going to be a big wasted exercise. So we're just going to lob everything possible at them and hopefully they'll take something. For follow-ups on our episodes and handy fishing tips, catch us on Facebook and Instagram at Coastal Fishing Mayhem. So here's the old case of a really big fish swimming past that, having a sniff and a big chunk going up his nostril. Thinking that drag runs a little bit though, mate. Especially after not hooking something for a while. We got a little pinky. Nice one, mate. I'll get a net, we'll have a look at him. Oh, do you want to just get that over a bit? Well, Benno, that's only a baby for what we get around here, but I've got to tell you, when you're outside of bite time and hooking pretty fish like that, it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Sure. It's not a bad size. Shame it's a little bit too small. We'll have to throw this one back.
We've just hit a good point of the day. The sun's up, the tide's moving, and we're seeing fish. The issue that we have is if we try to get our lures right in amongst the reef to get those fish, they're going to hit the lure and take us straight into rocks. We've got no water to play with in there. It's about 3 to 4 meters deep. So we've opted to sit outside of the reef line in some deeper water, burley up in the hope to bring the fish out to us, and that way we're fighting the fish in 7 to 14 meters rather than right in on those rocks. It's our best chance. So we've struggled to actually get some of these bigger fish on board. I'm hoping that this is a better kingy. You just never know, they've got so much fight. Incredible amount of power, even if they're a small fish. And we're struggling with this shallow reef and big fish, so if I can get this guy to the boat instead of in the rocks, I'll be happy. He seems to find that reef just below us every time. Come on, get up. Got colour. Hopefully it's a better size. Slightly better size. I'll swim him straight into that, Benno. Ready, mate? Beautiful. Well, that's a little bit better, guys. That's a Metro King, and I got to tell you, they're worth every cent of fun, these things. They fight so hard, don't they, Benno?
They're awesome.
And the last couple...
And I'm on again.
On again. Get on him.
Still there.
Still there. I'll get this out of your way, mate. Big skippy.
Big skippy.
How's that for an absolute horse of a skippy, mate?
Double hook up.
Now, if I just slip in with you, because I've got the better fish here, I've got to say that. But, mate, the amount of fight that these smaller fish are giving us at the moment is incredible.
Oh,
they're hard on the chew, and they are just going so hard, aren't they?
Yep.
So, we might have to do a double release here, and
certainly bite time.
we just need that big fish. You know, we were stuck with these little school-sized fish, now we just need something huge.
Coming up.
Oh mate, good little fish there. Beautiful. I'm going to jump on the marlin board here, mate. Comes to the back. Good stuff, bud. Well, it's still all of that rat sort of size, but we know there's bigger ones in there because we have hooked them. So.
I don't hate fishing, I just hate catching this. It's not a kingfish, again. Matt reckons it's dinner though, so you can have it.
So fishing for kings, you'd never expect that bait was going to be the winner, but today I got to say that just a standard pilly on a double snell hookup, while the fish aren't so active and they're sitting on the bottom, has been a treat. The only issue that we're finding with the baits is because they're on the bottom, the fish have a lot of opportunity to get you in the reef. So from this point, we just keep doing what works, and if we see some bigger ones come to the surface, we'll then throw some lures out. On again. What do we got? Oh, look at that. This is so good for shallow water. Haven't had a dull moment all day, to be honest. Come on, get up. I'd say another little kingy here, but I'm just loving catching these things. This is incredible. It's the old case of do we swap to lighter gear for the lighter fish, but we know there's monsters kicking around in there, so it would not be smart. Come on, up you come, mate. Well, it seems to just be small king after small king at the moment, but I'm not disappointed. So what do you reckon, boys? A bit of sashimi for lunch?
Sounds good to me, mate. Let's do it.
Beautiful. I don't know what this is. That's not a kingy. This might be a dewy, boys. Or something of the sort. Get a different bite to a kingy, that's for sure. What we got here? I love this reef. It's just full of mysteries, isn't it? You just don't know what you're going to catch.
Might be right.
Might be Dewey. I think it is. Little Dewey. Well, that's a bit of fun anyway, if nothing else. How's that, guys? We're only in a few metres of water and we're pulling up fish of that calibre. So he's not huge by any means, and I'd normally like to release a fish this size. Unfortunately, I pulled him up a bit fast and he swallowed those hooks right down, so he's going to make a nice little feed once we get home. What do we got there, Shawnee?
I'm not sure, mate. To be honest, was not entirely sure it was even hooked. I don't want to say it, but it looks a little bronzy.
Yeah, could be a little sambo.
Yeah, I think so. Indeed it is.
I'll tell you what, mate. If
Oh, there's one behind him.
Yeah,
Check out
the
the
little
one
fella behind him. Get a jig in behind him, Benno.
At least he's not short of mates.
No.
What do you reckon? Can you net them both, man?
Well, I can try. Get in closer, get in closer. No, the other one's not silly.
Not a pound in there.
No, we'll get this fish in so we don't do any harm.
Get him.
Well, mate, you've proved us that you love the sambos today.
Seems all I can get today, but that's all right.
It's good working, mate, because no one else caught one, so...
That's right, I guess we're finishing the day somewhat how we started it.
Give us a look at this little fella, would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great looking fish, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I mean, I guess a lot of people get sick of them, but quite a lot of fun, go pretty hard, and you know, we're not even that far offshore. Good day.
A great day it was. The weather was superb, the fish were hungry, and we managed to find a bunch of our favourite species. They're not always huge when you're only a few kilometres from land, but a few epic hookups in the mix always pumps us to get back for more. The challenge of finding solid inshore fish fuels our addiction. One thing's for sure, it won't be long till we do it all again.
That's a shark. Look at the radius in it. Well, Benno, you surprised us by putting the world's biggest bait out there, mate, but something big has actually nailed that.
It hasn't even given it a chance at all. Oh well.